All right, Craig, the Lions showed us that they have some problems. And I think, and you tell me your thoughts here, but so much is thought or just put on the defense. Defense sucks. The offense is so just goes so cold sometimes. It's brutal. I think one of the biggest problems for the Lions is the offense, and I'd like to spend a little bit of time there as we start this. What are your thoughts on the offense? Not getting a first down until like the fourth quarter. Thoughts on the offense and that performance?
Okay. You want some thoughts on the offense? See, here's the thing. I haven't even had the chance to like calmly move into this yet because it's so fast after the loss. My thoughts on the offense, I've never seen a Ben Johnson offense perform that poorly before. That was shockingly bad. And I mean, on every step. I mean, you have 5 wide and Jameson Williams isn't on the field, but instead you have Laporta, great. You have Brock Wright, okay. And you have James Mitchell. It's like, why are those 3 guys on the field without Jameson Williams on the field when it's 3rd and 15? You know what I mean? Or when it's 1st and 20. It was the offense was a clown car, whether it was turnovers, whether it was Goff not seemingly able to throw anything that resembled a spiral, or whether it was their refusal to apparently we don't have the ability to throw the ball outside the numbers to a wide receiver. It just doesn't exist. It's just we are going to run routes to the middle of the field even when there's 48 Bears in the middle of the field. It doesn't matter. We're just going to keep throwing it there anyway. What's happening?
I love what you said there. I don't like anytime Goff throws it out wide. I'll be the first to admit I don't like that just because
the arm strength.
Yeah, the arm strength. It's wobbly. It's just a little, but you're so right. I mean, it's just forcing it down the middle, and it's like this is going to get picked right eventually, and it does. And
eventually,
yeah, you nailed it. There's some personnel things. There's minor. There's penalties that just shouldn't be there. There's the turnovers that they weren't the worst. I mean, the fumble, the QB exchange was just terrible. But yeah, I just the offense, when you go 3 and out, our defense can hold, and I thought our defense did well. I honestly did for what they were put into time and time again, but they just aren't good enough to withstand. And it's just so funny because when you play Justin Fields, who we'll get to in a second, you just see complete contrast. So Goff looks even worse than he played because he has no athleticism. Right. Things are breaking down, and we know that. But I think it's hard to watch the offense because that's the strength of our team, and they got to make something going, get something going for us. Otherwise, it just gets really clunky, really fast for the whole team.
Really clunky, really fast. And here's my question. And this is where I'll throw it back to you on this one. So we know that against the Bears 3 weeks ago, throwing over the middle of the field didn't work, right? Like their defense was set up to stop it. Of course, they were going to do the same thing this week. Why wouldn't they? They had multiple interceptions the last time they played us, but we continued to do the same thing. Do you think that this is a Ben Johnson dude? Like you're being stubborn, you need to you need to call the game differently. You need to get Jameson Williams in, you need to, whatever it might be. Or is it simply Jared Goff isn't good enough to do anything else? And this is the problem that they ran into in LA, where now all of a sudden it's like, no, I want to do other stuff. I can't. So what do you put it on here? Do you put this game on Johnson, on Goff, or on both? I don't know.
It makes you wonder if Jared Goff is not good enough to do some of the things that we're not seeing. It's like, why don't we do this? Why don't we do that? It's like, well, maybe he can't throw it. There's a couple of throws or a couple situations where it just felt time to go deep. And we didn't see that at all. And we know there was one he underthrew. Jameson Williams had pressure in his face, but like that's an example of where's the just a little bit of a deep, just a throw, just a go route. And I know that's where I'm really starting to be a little concerned because Goff, man, he's a gamer. He makes tight throws, a little bit of accuracy, or really good accuracy when he needs it. But then there's some of the just like but then it's like, hey, Ben Johnson, where's a screen? Like just your traditional
Mhm.
running back screens. You don't see those almost as much anymore. I don't know what's going on with that, but you got the bubble screens and different things. But I
Yeah.
think it's a combination of both. But where are you falling at? Do you think it's Goff or more Ben Johnson?
I go Goff, especially seeing the way the ball was coming out of his hand today. And I did a video. This is almost embarrassing because I did a video, I think it was yesterday, talking about how the problem isn't cold weather. It's not bad weather for Jared Goff. It's just he's not that great on the road.
Mm,
And in 2022, he was terrible on the road. And but it didn't matter to the weather. But this year he's been better on the road, so I thought it would be okay. And then he laid an egg. And so, I think I titled like "Don't Believe the Lies" about the Detroit Lions or something. But yeah, it's a struggle here. I think it's got to be Goff. Like there was nothing you could have done with him. But also the games or the balls where he's holding on to it, get sacked, things like that. Like when they go from the backfield, there's nobody open.
no.
And here's the thing. Are you telling me with as far up as the safeties were playing and the linebackers staying back, like that middle of the field was just completely full? Completely full.
Yes.
Are you telling me Ben Johnson's not smart enough to call a pass play where they go deep? Or where it's a 15-yard out? Like, I think he's smart enough to do that. Like, you have arguably the fastest wide receiver in the NFL behind Cheetah.
Yeah.
And I think Goff just can't get him the ball.
Oh, dude. And this is big because you nailed it. They had a single, it looked like, and we can't see all 22 from the TV, but it looked like almost all game they had a single high safety, corners out, so
Mhm.
everybody else is in the middle. And you're so right. You're telling me Ben Johnson can't see that we can just try one back shoulder, any
All day.
like Jameson Williams is so fast. Something's going to happen. Something positive is going to happen. Pass
Mhm.
interference, illegal contact, holding. He's going to catch the ball, or he doesn't. None of that happens, and it's just like, oh, okay, back up a little bit. This guy
Incomplete
can
pass.
fly. No, you're so right. So it's really concerning. And right, you see Goff with the gloves on. It's like, oh no, it's
It's
like
not like when
me.
you see Tom Brady with the gloves on. It's
No,
different.
it's different. It's like me with my winter gloves playing outside with the kids. That's how it
Yes.
feels. It's like,
Yes.
dude, it doesn't feel like he has the ball, man. It's tough. It
But if he
is
doesn't
a
have the gloves, it's not there either. It's just
right.
it's really weird to watch, man. And I'm at the point where if we do an extension for him, um, he needs to show me more because I need him to get through this lull.
Mhm.
Like, I think it would be bad business to sign him to an extension before next year starts.
Yep.
I'm at that point. Everybody talks about the extension. Everybody talks about those things. Like this was gross, man. And I understand there's injuries and stuff like that. And I know you said we'd talk more about the defense. Are we doing that right now in this segment, or are we waiting for a second?
Yeah, no, we can. I just want to say one last thing, and I just want
Okay.
to say this is perfect right here. What he says, how Ben Johnson might get a little too cute. And I think he was trying to run the ball. And there was
Mhm.
that run on fourth down where we went for it, where we do like this slow developing counter. I mean, there's always a couple plays that's like, man, Ben, you are smarter than that. So
Yeah.
we can switch. Let's switch.